So we get a lot of questions about our truck and what you need to start overlanding. You know, as we've mentioned before in other videos, we started out with a two-wheel drive Tacoma just to see if we liked getting out and about. The first time we went out with a pop-up trailer that we pulled behind it. We went up to June Lake, fell in love with it, and coincidentally our lease was up on that truck, so we ended up stepping up to a four-wheel drive model and you know, got what we think is a pretty good deal between selling our two-wheel drive model and getting the four-wheel drive model, and that's when we picked up Saki. Out here at Trona Pinnacles talking about Saki, and you could definitely be out here with a two-wheel drive model, have not touched four-wheel drive in this at this point, and don't think we're going to need it. And even if you just had some simple recovery gear like we have on a two-wheel drive model, you do just fine out here too. So don't let 4x4 be the reason you don't get out and start exploring. So when we picked up Saki, it already had a lift and suspension done to it and the wheels and tires on it. And I was running Falcon Wild Peaks on our previous Tacoma, and I actually love the AT3s on the Tacoma. It's been a great tire. I do have the King suspension, mid-travel, the 2.5 and the Camberg upper control arms. And pretty well outfitted for what we're going to do. We're not going to do any crazy, don't have any plans to do any crazy rock crawling or anything like that. So this is a perfect base for our truck and for our purposes. Got the VTX wheels. Like I said, these are just under the 33s. They're the P285 7017s. Falcon Wild Peak AT3W. We're outfitting Saki. We were having a hard time. Everybody was kind of sold out, and lead times on getting a rack, bed rack, and a tent, and finding a tent in stock with anybody with the hard shell is what we wanted was next to impossible. So I was scouring Craigslist and found somebody that was selling their Tacoma, and so they were selling their rack off it. So we picked that rack up secondhand, got it for like 300 bucks on Craigslist, and I thought it was a pretty darn good deal for what we need. Of course, we've attached the shovel to it and the traction boards on the other side. Shovel's nice to have, and traction boards obviously for recovery purposes. We've got a few other things for self-recovery that we have, but this will get you out of, with the traction boards, get you out about most of the jams that we're gonna be in. The rooftop tent, it's the Open Road for Two adventure model. No, but seriously, we found a local distributor that was a wholesale guy that was probably importing them directly, and we got a decent deal on it. But at the time, like I said, weren't too many options available, but we really like this tent. It works out quite well. The hard shell is what Mylene wanted, so we had to go with that for sure.
You had to put that in there, right, Rob?
So the tent itself, it's enough space in it for both Mylene and I, and when we bring Mocha, for Mocha to sleep in there with us. We found that the pad that it comes with is a little inadequate. You know, I'm a relatively large individual and side sleeper, so it's not the most comfortable pad. So we've used various. We've done mattress pads, the foam mattress 2.5 inch to put on top of it. It doesn't quite close all the way with that in there. It's in there right now, and it's a little off-centered, but it's much more comfortable with that in there. We might try like an air mattress to see if that works better. So that's kind of the next thing we're going to work on for that. Got the recovery boards here. Again, we'll probably have these in the link below, and a lot of this stuff we'll link below if you're interested in picking up stuff that we have. The thing that I like about these recovery boards is they're not Max-Trax. I'm sorry, Max-Trax enthusiasts, but these are a fraction of the cost of Max-Trax. And I get it, Max-Trax are the best. We're not, again, doing crazy off-roading. We've used these for leveling so far, and that's it. One of the previous videos, we were in kind of a slanted hillside camp area. These came in perfect for leveling the vehicle, but they're also here if we need them, if we do get in a jam. These little knobs here with the blue sections are replaceable, so it's perfect for if we do break any of them off, that we can replace them. And that's been the biggest complaint, is the treads break off on the cheap boards, but have not found these to be cheap. We've used them twice. I just used eye bolts in there, and it's strapped on pretty tightly. I just loosen on the backside with a wrench to get them off. Also secure. I mean, somebody's gonna have to ratchet down there and get inside your bed and to get them off. So, you know, we don't want these things walking away. Same thing with the shovel. I have the shovel strapped in too with bolts and a nut. So for our trash, we love the track sack. Again, we'll have a link down there for it. It's great. It's a fraction of the cost of the name brand guy out there, and it's just filthy dusty right now. But we leave it back on the truck all the time. It hasn't faded. It's been back there for 6 months now, and it's doing good and it's holding up well.
It's doing what it's supposed to do.
Doing what it's supposed to.
Hold the stuff that you don't want inside your cab. And every time we go to places and we clean up trash that people left behind, track sack holds it for us.
Went with the Martin Off-Road roof rack. It was an easy install right into the factory mounts on the Tacoma, and we selected the model that has a cutout so that we can install a light bar down the road. So far we've been pretty happy with the product, and we urge you to check them out. Again, it's Martin Off-Road.
All right, another one of the newest additions are the Cali raised ditch lights. Love these things. We got the Cali raised bracket. I've seen some people make their own, and yeah, if you're crafty and can make your own, you're going to save some money there. But I thought they were relatively reasonable. We got it when they were doing a 15% off sale, and it's quite reasonable. I would check out Cali raised if you're into the budget lights, and I say budget, but I mean they're fantastic lights, but they're just not as expensive as some of the main brands that you'll know out there. And nothing against those ones. Those are fantastic lights, and I'm not going to say what's better necessarily, but the Cali raised is definitely a quality light at a quality price. In addition to the ditch lights, we have the lower grill light. Actually, I guess it's the upper grill light is what they call it. Again, it's a Cali raised product, both with the brackets and the light, and love it. Fits in nicely, easy install. Picked up these Raptor lights on Amazon. Don't know if I necessarily recommend these ones, so we won't link them in the description. However, Cali Rays does sell them as well, and I think if I did them again, I'd go with those. We're running our lights through the Trigger 4 Plus control module. What we like about this module is you can control the lights in 3 different manners. You can click on the buttons on the module itself. You can control it through a Bluetooth switch, either inside or outside the vehicle. And then there's also a convenient app that you can use that actually also strobes the lights. So inside Saki, we haven't done a lot yet, and we don't really have any major plans for it. But if you saw our adventure fail video, our fail was our navigation. So we've stepped up a little bit and gone with the iPad here with the Gaia app. Mylene recently took a course through Tacoma Overland that taught the Gaia application and how to use it properly. And she's really using this quite well and navigating us now. So hopefully we won't have any adventure fails. You know, you can't control when a road's closed, but finding a way around that closed road is what this is going to help you with.
And I feel a little more secure now too with this and knowing where we're going, and all the little inlays are awesome to use.
Absolutely. And we have our little our GoPro mount up here that thank you Toyota, that has that conveniently located in there. So if we're shooting video with the GoPro, there it is. Just a simple little phone holder here, but nice and convenient for the charging. Only other thing we have here is back here really is a fridge. We bought you can see it back there with all our junk. Just plugs in here, the cigarette lighter up front, and it's nice to have that and not necessarily needing a cooler. And it's served well for the day trips. We've got our patch collection up here. It's growing. It's small but growing.
Small but growing. That's right. And if you have anything or patch you want to send trade, we'll do it.
Yeah, we'd love to collect patches. So
that's the Cockpit.
We hope you enjoyed this walk around of our 2017 Toyota Tacoma Saki. We are looking forward to the new year. Got some exciting adventures planned for Open Road for Two. We also have a new addition to the Open Road for Two family that we'll be happy to introduce coming soon. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We love having you along for these adventures, and we'll see you next time on the Open Road in 2021.